Now, Doug, maybe from the perspective of Cisco, what are some of the challenges that you see associated with visibility?
Thanks, Dennis. So yeah, there are a number of connectivity challenges that our joint customers have been looking for solutions for, and these are interesting because they've been around forever, right? And they never completely go away, right? There's no magic. When you insert into your network an inspection technology in line, like an IPS technology or some other content inspection technology, depending on how your network's put together, you might have to interrupt the network briefly. And it's never a good time to take the network down, even for 5 minutes. And so there's a maintenance challenge that our joint customers have allowed us to, given us the opportunity to solve for them. And that is create an infrastructure that makes it real easy to insert tools, whether it's for network or security analytics or analysis or detection or whatever it is. You can insert a device into a network without having to take the network down at all. IPS, intrusion prevention systems, is the perfect kind of example of this, where I may need to replace a device, I may need to upgrade a device, but maybe I don't need to replace or upgrade. Maybe I've got a new IPS technology in place. I know it's capable of detecting all kinds of things, but I'm really worried that I'm gonna knock out legitimate traffic. So what I can do is I can insert the IPS into the network, run it, look at all of the different stuff that I'm detecting. And when I'm comfortable that I'm not actually alerting on legitimate business critical traffic, I can go into blocking mode without touching the cable, right? So I'm analyzing traffic passively, although it's going through the box. I can then put my IPS into block mode, having proven to myself that I'm not going to take out legitimate traffic. Also, I have the ability with Keysight technology to do things like filtering traffic upstream of my inspection device based on port, based on IP, based on protocol, and so on. Because maybe I don't want my device to inspect certain traffic, so I don't want to have to oversize and buy a much more expensive appliance simply to inspect traffic that I know I don't need to inspect. So it's really a way to reduce the investment in the inspection technology. We want to sell you bigger boxes, of course, but then if you oversize our appliance, we might not be competitive and we'll bust your budget up. So it's in our interest to help customers pick the perfect appliance, and efficiently filtering out traffic upstream of that appliance is a great way to optimize the cost. And then, of course, there's basic stuff like port density on inspection technologies. And in my experience, salespeople, no matter how many different options you give them, there are always going to be customers that need a different arrangement, or they want to aggregate or deaggregate. And we can solve this problem externally at a much lower price with the tools available from Keysight, and therefore our customers are not going to have to purchase a box with a lot more ports in it at a greater cost. I've already touched on the SSL decryption issue. That's a super big deal. We're all about customers looking at the options of going with the onboard SSL versus the external. I think it's important customers are presented with both so they can make a smart decision.